What's up, my babies? Welcome back to my podcast. Today's video, I had a couple ideas. At first, I was going to take like a generalized anxiety online quiz and see like what number came up, but I thought, that's a little too general. So I found two borderline tests. So I'm gonna take those, maybe elaborate. I got someone DM me asking me to expand a little bit more on my borderline, just so they could learn more about it. Maybe if they could resonate to any of it, not feel so alone. So I thought I'd do a podcast on borderline. So the first one I'm gonna take is from PsychCentral.com. So this has 12 questions, and it's just a strongly agree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree are the options for all of them. So first, I just have to say I'm a 21-year-old female. All right, let's begin. The first one says, I nearly always feel, quote, empty. That one is kind of hard. I don't know if empty is the word I usually use. I feel like I use lost sometimes. Like I'll be laying there just not knowing what my life is. So I'm just going to put agree, not strongly agree. Number two, I find that I often do one or more of the following: drive recklessly, engage in unsafe sex, abuse alcohol or drugs, binge eat, gamble, or spend money recklessly. So obviously, abuse drugs is one that I definitely resonate to. And then eating sometimes, I wouldn't say it's too much of a problem for me, but also spending money is a big problem. So I'm putting strongly agree for that. So number three, sometimes when I'm stressed out, especially if someone has abandoned me, I can get very paranoid, feeling myself spacing out or dissociate, sorry. Um, I don't know about the spacing out or dissociate, but I definitely get very, very paranoid. I don't know if they were giving options like paranoid, space out, or disassociate. Oh God, I cannot say that. But I'm going to put strongly agree because my fear of abandonment is one of the strongest parts of my borderline, if that makes sense. Like, I get so paranoid. I think everyone hates me and it's exhausting. Number four, I often idealize others, especially when I first meet them, and feel comfortable in sharing the most intimate details with them. But I often feel that these same people don't care enough and aren't there enough for me. This is definitely the case a lot of the time. I don't know if it's because I feel like I should warn people about myself so they understand why I am the way I am, but sometimes it like scares them off, and then I'm like, oh, all right, like they can't handle it. It's a good thing I didn't let them in. But another thing is you don't need to explain every intimate detail of your life when you first meet someone. You have to find a nice balance, set up boundaries, and just see where the relationship goes. So I'm definitely going to put strongly agree for that one. Number five, I'm sometimes very angry, extremely sarcastic and bitter, and feel like I have a hard time controlling this anger. So I definitely do get angry a lot, and then I'll lash out, usually at my parents or close friends. And a lot of the times I'll say stuff I regret and then later apologize. And I had a therapist tell me once that that's just not going to work your whole life. You're not going to be able to just say what you want and then apologize and have it be okay. And that's something I still kind of struggle with. I have to hold back a lot, bite my tongue, and realize that I'm not in the right mindset to be talking to someone. So I'm going to put strongly agree for that one also. All right. I've engaged in self mutilating, self harm, or suicidal behaviors, gestures, or threats. Um, I self harmed a long time ago. I would say eighth grade freshman year, and it was. I don't want to say minor because that kind of belittles it, but it wasn't very severe. But and my any suicidal thoughts or ideations are always very passive. Like it's never I'm going to kill myself. It's I want to die. And but I know in my heart, I think I could never have the strength, I guess. I don't know what word to use, but I would never be able to kill myself. But I'm going to put just agree for that one. Number 7, I often experience a sudden shift in the way I look at myself and my life and completely change my goals, values, and career focus. I've actually never heard this one in a borderline symptom list, but that's very, very true. One time I was watching the show Make It or Break It, which is about gymnastics, and I wanted to be a gymnast. There were times, a lot of it was with shows I watched. I would watch Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like, I want to be a doctor. But like these things will really shift. That's why it was really scary picking a major and starting a career path, because what if I change my mind again? And so that's rough. So I'm going to put agree for that one. Number 8, I'm often afraid that others will abandon or leave me, so I'll make frantic efforts to avoid this abandonment, even when it's not real. I'm putting strongly agree already. Like I said, fear of abandonment is, oh my gosh, it's the bane of my existence. I deal with it. That was a big yawn. I deal with it every day with everyone I care about. I'm always afraid of losing the people I care about, losing my friends, because I don't know what I'd do without my friends. And it's just scary getting close to someone and then just being afraid they're going to leave. But then when you're so afraid they're going to leave, a lot of times that pushes them away, which makes you even more afraid they're going to leave. And it's kind of just a vicious spiral cycle, and it's scary, and I have to really try and think about what I'm doing and what I'm thinking, try and check the facts on the situation. Number 9, my mood can shift between extreme periods of anxiety, depression, or irritability in just a few hours or days. Again, I'm already putting strongly agree for that. But that one, I will literally be an anxious mess, crying and hating everyone. And then I can distract myself with watching a YouTube video or a TV show or reading BuzzFeed, and then I'll be totally fine. And it's weird sometimes. It's kind of like those Twitter quotes that are like, me having a mental breakdown versus me 5 minutes later, and it's like, hi. Number 10, my view of others, especially those I care about, can shift dramatically and without any warning. So, with that one, it's kind of, I have this a lot with my parents. It's like if I fight with my dad, I'll be like, oh, I guess I'm going to be one of those girls that grows up without a relationship with her father, and vice versa with my mom. And so it's scary. It's very black and white thinking. And obviously, it's not the case if I get yelled at for not cleaning my room. But I'm always, of course, worried about losing my parents, but definitely my views of others, like including my parents and beyond, shift dramatically. I'm going to put agree for that one. 11, I would say most of my romantic relationships have been very intense, but not very stable. Immediately putting strongly agree for that one, because when I develop feelings for someone, they're very, very, very strong. And a lot of the times when my smoking would be heavy would be after a relationship ended. And like I've said, in no way am I blaming the guy for this. It was me. But it's just that's the pattern that would happen. And I'm really not good with breakups and losing people, because I lose someone and then I feel like everyone else is going to leave me, and it's just really scary. Last one, number 12. I'm currently experiencing enough problems in this area of my life that it's negatively impacting my ability to go to school, work, be with friends or family, and have a romantic relationship. Strongly agree. I'm currently taking the semester off. I work like one day of the week in my dad's office doing filing and paper pushing stuff. I rarely go out, and I do not have a romantic relationship. I feel like I can't handle too much right now. I'm still so vulnerable to so many bad things. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but I'm scared to like keep going in life because I'm worried about what the anxiety and the stress will do to me. So let's score my borderline test. so, wow, I scored a total of a 44. And so if you got 33 and up, borderline is severe. So it says you answered this self report test in a way that's consistent with people who have been diagnosed with severe borderline personality disorder. This suggests that these concerns may be an issue for you as well, and something that you should seek out further assistance with this issue from a trained mental professional immediately. Borderline personality disorder is characterized by a pattern of unstable and intense relationships, as well as frantic efforts to avoid abandonment, even if it's not real. So that's that test. Now let's move on to the second one. I feel like it might be pretty similar, but so this is bpddemystified.com. So this has just 9 options, and you put a number next to it: 0, not present; 1, mild; 2, moderate; 3, severe. So the first one, this one will be quicker. My emotions change very quickly, and I experience intense episodes of sadness, irritability, and anxiety or panic attacks. That I talked about that last time. That's definitely severe. My level of anger can quickly become inappropriate and intense. Also severe. I talked about that in the last one. I suffer from chronic feelings of emptiness and boredom. That one, the boredom, I didn't really touch on, but it's kind of just like, I don't know what to do with myself. It's kind of like the feeling lost that I talked about, but I'm only going to put that one as a 2. I engage in 2 or more self damaging acts, such as excessive spending, unsafe and inappropriate sexual conduct, substance abuse, reckless driving, and binge eating. So, definitely substance abuse, possibly the spending, so I'm just going to put 2. 5, when upset, I engage in recurrent suicidal behaviors, gestures, threats, or self injurious behaviors such as cutting, burning, or hitting myself. Not anymore, so I'm just going to put that one as a 1. 6, I have a significant and persistently unstable image or sense of myself, or of who I am or in what I truly believe. Yeah, I'm gonna put a 2 for that one. I'm always think sometimes I think I'm a great person, sometimes I'm like I'm a horrible person, horrible daughter, horrible friend. So that's definitely a 2. All right, 3 more. So I frequently worry about what others think of me, or expect that the attitude of others of me is negative, have suspicious ideas, can become paranoid, believe that others are planning to harm me, or experience episodes under stress when I feel that I, other people, or the situation is somewhat unreal. So definitely thinking about what others think of me and being paranoid. I touched on that in the last quiz. That's a huge part of my mental issues, I guess. So I'm putting a 3 for that one. I engage in frantic efforts to avoid abandonment by people who are close to me and on whom I depend. Another severe one. Jeez. My close relationships are often intense, unstable. All right, this one we talked about last time too, so I'm putting a 3. See results. You reported 8 symptoms of BPD at a moderate to severe degree. Because you have 5 or more symptoms of BPD at this level, thus meeting the criteria for the disorder, you may wish to be evaluated by a psychiatrist or other mental health professional. So that's that. Those are the 2 little quizzes. I don't want to say this was fun, but always whenever I see stuff like this, like read anything about BPD, it always makes me feel less alone. Because a lot of the times when I have these feelings, I feel like I'm crazy, and knowing that other people feel the same way is definitely really reassuring. It makes me feel like I'm not so alone. This is a bit of a shorter podcast today, but I wanted to make this, like I said, I got requested to make one about BPD. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys next time.